Survivors of Japan's harrowing 2011 earthquake and tsunami that killed more than 15,000 people claim to keep seeing the restless spirits of the victims, known as tsunami ghosts. On March 11, 2011, a devastating magnitude 9.1 earthquake rocked Eastern Asia's seafloor, sending a wave of ocean water the height of a 12-story building into Japan's coast. More than 15,000 people lost their lives, millions lost access to running water or electricity, and more than 120,000 buildings were destroyed within a matter of minutes. The Tohoku earthquake, named for the region in northeastern Japan from which it originated, was the most devastating in the nation's recorded history. But shortly after the disaster, traumatized survivors began to see the faces of victims in puddles, wandering the beaches, and appearing at their door. Disquieting figures drenched in water were also seen hailing cabs, only to disappear once they climbed into the back seat. And these weren't just one-off sightings. Residents all across the hardest-hit cities were reporting such apparitions. British reporter Richard Lloyd Parry also explored the widespread phenomenon of these tsunami spirits in his nonfiction book, Ghost of the Tsunami, and the bizarre circumstance was most recently chronicled in an episode of Netflix's Unsolved Mysteries. But explaining this eerie case has not been a simple task. One must consider how Japanese culture, collective grief, and perhaps the truly uncanny work together to create these tsunami spirits. One thing is clear, however, these tales are as hair-raising as they are dumbfounding. In the town of Ishomaki, which suffered 3,000 deaths and nearly 3,000 missing people, one cab driver had an encounter just a few months after the tsunami, when a young woman held him down in the particularly hard-hit area. Wearing a heavy winter coat in the middle of summer, the figure was also completely drenched. The driver barely had time to realize that it hadn't rained in days before she climbed into the back seat and asked to be driven to the largely abandoned Minamihami district. "That area is almost empty," he said while switching on the meter. "Are you sure?" The terrified driver turned around to face the customer, but found absolutely nothing, nor anyone in his car. Remember, if it's more interesting, you can find it here.